Hello everyone. I've never made one of these videos, but I've seen a couple of them, so I know that there's a couple things that are, somewhat important. This is a new pedal by Hungry Robot. If you haven't heard about them, you should have by now. This pedal is called the Lumen. It just came out like 2 days ago. It's an unbelievable pedal. It's not a fuzz pedal. It's an overdrive pedal. So I've been explained. I'm Tim from the band Cor De Lux in Kildover Hills, North Carolina. But this isn't about me. This is about Hungry Robot pedals, or at least this one right now. We have quite a bit of their pedals. It has a lot to do with the way that we sound, our atmospheric sound. Their pedal to wash version 2. There's 2 different versions of the version 2. I think one of them has a tap tempo, and the other one doesn't. But other than that, I think the 2 version 2s are the same. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. But anyway, so this pedal here, you noticed it has the clean in the middle. I'm sure a lot of you already know what that is, but the people that don't, this is your raw signal coming through. And then of course you have your affected signal, the drive, the level of the drive, and then this is like for your shaping. Now I know that there's going to be way more technical terms for what these are. One of them seems like a lower shape, a mid shape, and a high shape. I think it's actually backwards than that, but just from how it sounds, I probably should have looked that up before I made this. But either way, you're going to be able to tell what it sounds like. As far as like, as good as this phone is going to be able to pick it up. But either way, good enough for you to see what the pedal does, just enough to be interested enough to get one. I'm trying it out on the bass too. This pedal is actually for our bass player, John, but he can't be here because, of course, people are, staying at their houses, so we haven't even practiced. That's probably another reason why I even have time to do something like this, but I wanted to share this pedal with you because I am so grateful that we were able to demo this thing. So anyway, so here's the unaffected at all, clean with it off. I'm also not a bass player, man. I'm a guitar player, but so I'm going to try to play something similar to what a bass player would play. Sounds pretty good. All right, so let's go ahead and click it on. Oh, bam. Now, I already noticed it get louder. I'm going to try to keep playing the similar thing, but I don't really know what that riff is, so if I mess it up. So I assume that this thing definitely has a boost, which I guess a lot of these type of pedals, of course, are going to have a boost. They're going to have the specifics on their website if you want to know all that kind of stuff. I'll put a link in the stuff down below on YouTube, and I guess on Instagram too. We can do that. So I guess the level. So for someone that just wants just a subtle growl, just to cut through just a little bit, or maybe not even cut through, just a little bit beefier if the guitars are saturated with reverb and delays and the vocals are going and the drum beat's pumping, but the bass isn't really there, but you really don't want to just turn up the lows. Because sometimes that can sound muddy. Even what I'm playing through right now is a 410 cabinet on this side, and then way over there on the other side of the room is a second cabinet with 410s. So it's already pretty punchy. Anyway, okay. So, of course, if you turn the drive up, this pedal too, so that didn't really change it that much, probably because we have all of these off. I wanted to turn them all up individually so that you could hear. I'm going to turn the level down a little bit, and let's try to see what this first magic one does. So it seemed to add a little bit bit more growl, but not really that much. I probably should have read about this pedal before I did it, but what's the fun of that, you know? Let's turn up the second one and see what it does. Maybe turn up the drive a little bit. Now that one definitely added some crispy crunchiness to it. But still, because the clean is all the way up, you still have like the tone of your bass just with the accompaniment of the overdrive. Let's just go ahead and turn them all up and see what magic happens. So it seems like that it's adding more growls to it. Let's go ahead and just crank this one up and see what happens. So now let's go back in time and turn these down. And maybe, you know what, just for some fun, we'll go ahead and turn the clean channel down. That's your signal, your raw signal or whatever. A lot of compression pedals, I'm sure you guys know, or most of you know, that a lot of the better compression pedals have a clean also. You know, because then you can bring like your real sound back in with the compressed sound to kind of balance out so you don't sound all squished. Alright, so that's with the clean all the way out. So that's just affected. We got the level here. I didn't really like it all the way up. And I'm sure we can adjust the drive also, but just to go back to the experiment of what it sounds like without the clean, going down the line and turning these magic ones all the way up. Let's see what this one sounds like. So I'm sorry if I'm not playing like something that a bass player would normally play, but either way I'm having fun. Let's turn up this bottom one. Let's see what happens here. If it sounds very similar to you, it may not be, but I'm noticing a difference here. It may be that the little microphone in this thing is not really picking up that great, but anyway. I don't think that it has in here, but that almost sounds like that it added like a little bit of a pitch to it, that bottom one. Anyway, look it up on their website. It probably tells you a better description of what those three knobs do. But I definitely like the difference. I mean, it's almost like you could have so many different pedals just out of this one pedal. Let's turn the drive down a little bit. If you turn the level of the drive down, then you could turn the clean up a little bit. I like this thing, man. I know it's probably hard for bass players to find like a really good overdrive. I had actually bought a couple fuzz pedals for the bass player to try, because I do like when the bass has some growl to it in certain songs and certain parts, especially when something hits, even if it's just live and it's not even really in the recording. Just to make it cut through and have like a little bit more, well, you know, if you play the bass and you like overdrive pedals with it. But I noticed that the fuzz pedals were squishing it. And I talked to the Hungry Robots guy, I emailed him a couple times, because I'm that type of person to bug somebody before I buy something. And was letting them know that I had a bunch of fuzz pedals, that we had tried, and then it just seems like it was squishing it, compressing it, and I assume that's what they do. Again, I must sound completely stupid. I really don't do research into what. I just plug it in, and if I like it, I like it. Kind of like food, you know. You put it in your mouth, and it's good. Then you know that you like it, regardless of what it is anyway. Just because I didn't turn the level down a little bit, turn the clean up a little bit, turn the drive down a little tiny bit, and let's start back again with this one right here and do some of the lower notes, because I know a bass player would probably be concerned with how it's going to sound with the lower notes, a little bit more level. I assume that you'd want your level to be kind of matched. Man, that sounds so good, man. I can't wait till we can start playing again, man. Alright, I got sidetracked because that sounded cool. Not what I was playing, but the tone of it, you get what I'm saying. So I turn that off, and then I'm going to try to match the level. I mean, I guess it's all right for it to be a little bit louder because it's brighter. That's close enough, I guess. So it may be 12 o'clock, depending on where your clean is, depending on other settings that you have on your amp, depending where the drive is, depending where you have one of these. But there's something about these boutique pedals, these custom-made pedals, the crazy stuff that these people are trying, especially Hungry Robots. If you tried any of their pedals, you know what I mean. They're mixing things that, I mean, you probably wouldn't be able to do with a multi-effects processor. I have the HX effects, just the effects box, the Line 6, the one that doesn't have any amp models, because again, if your amp sounds good, you shouldn't need any amp models. I mean, but that's a personal opinion. But I love effects. And I definitely think diving into like messing with effects and all that stuff is way more fun for me. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that anymore. Anyway, I like the way that this sounds. Alright, now let's do that same thing, or try to, with that one up. One thing that I didn't do is actually, let's turn this one down. I like that, but it got more muffled, so I definitely think this one here has definitely got the highest hidden in that thing. Alright. I kind of like this one jacked up like that. Like the shape or whatever in the world that one's doing, I like it. This one kind of gets it a little bit muffled. Let me see. Ooh, that sounds really like tight. Let me try like a chord. Playing around. Let's add a little bit of that guy into it. So that one's definitely warming it up a little bit. Thing about whatever setup this is right here is that it's weird. It's almost like the highs sound a little bit muffled, and then the lows actually sound a little bit brighter, if that makes any sense. Does that make any sense? just about done embarrassing myself, but I think hopefully we've done enough for you to be able to have a better idea about what this pedal is doing. I swear if I ever do another video like this, then I'm gonna make a little bit, do a little bit more research so that I know what I'm talking about. This thing sounds. I think it's going to be really fun. I can't wait to start playing again and come up with some new songs to be able to put this in and see what it sounds like in even some of our other songs when we play live. So that brought the clean signal back in. That is just really nice way to be able to just blend the tone in with your tone instead of it completely taking over. Anyway, Hungry Robot pedals. Check out their stuff. You look them up on Instagram. I know if you know them, you can look up on YouTube. You can see so many people have done way better videos than I have on this pedal, and also on like all of their other pedals in depth, showing. There's this one guy, I forget his name. I'll put a link down in the comment part below to that guy. He really gets into a description of what all of the knobs do and how they affect each other too. And that's what's cool about these pedals that you can't really do with a multi-effects processor. Even the crazy ones that can hold up a microphone and model it for you on, you know, without having to actually do anything. There's just no way that one of those can do what these pedals can do, man. Some would beg to differ, but ones that know that, you know, there is something valuable about these custom-made pedals. They're made with heart and love, and that's what we all need. Anyway, thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one. Be safe. Keep playing music.